when Eddie Hearn did this interview with Radio Raheem a couple weeks back, where he showed the email that he'd sent to Jermall Charlo with the offer to face Demetrius Andrade, there was thousands, probably millions of PBC fanboys accusing Eddie Hearn of lying, saying that it was a fake email, that he never sent an offer to Jermall Charlo. It was all some made up stuff. But now we've got Jermall Charlo confirming that Eddie Hearn did reach out, that he did send an offer, that the email wasn't fake. Well, I'm not surprised. But of course, these millions of PBC fanboys are surprised. And now they're having to come up with all types of excuses for why they were talking so much nonsense. Jermall Charlo has confirmed that Eddie Hearn did reach out. And there's something more significant that he says as well. And if you want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, there's a clip here from SiriusXM Boxing, which is doing the rounds on Twitter. I'm not going to play it because I'm sure the audio is copyrighted by them, and that's fair enough. But just head on over to their Twitter account. You can listen to this clip. And Charlo says Eddie Hearn has reached out. He's not lying about that. He claims the offer wasn't strong enough. Eddie Hearn says it was several times higher than Jermall Charlo's highest ever purse. So make of that what you will. And this is the crucial part. He said he forwarded the offer straight to Al Haymon. Command Team HQ. Command Team. Remember what I said when Eddie Hearn came out and was talking about this offer to Jermall Charlo? I said that I suspect Jermall Charlo has been told not to say anything by Al Haymon. I suspect that's what the case was. And now he's came out and confirmed it. He said, I was told not to respond. He was told not to respond by Uncle Al, the command team. Yes, because they give Jermall Charlo his orders. They command him to shut his mouth and not respond. Only when Uncle Al gives him permission is he allowed to respond, which is what he's doing right now. He was probably briefed, I'm assuming. He was briefed by Haymon in terms of how he should tackle it, what he should say. This is how much control Al Haymon has over many of his fighters. And this is a guy in Jermall Charlo running around claiming that he was his own boss, right? Lions only promotions and all this kind of business. Well, if you're your own boss, how can Al Haymon tell you not to respond when somebody makes you an offer? When you asked Eddie Hearn to make you an offer. This guy was in an interview saying, yeah, holler at me, Eddie. He gave Eddie Hearn his email address. If he didn't want Eddie Hearn to contact him, why did he give him the email address? Listen, I can only imagine that Jermall Charlo was taken aside by Haymon and told, look, it doesn't quite work the way you think it does. With you saying that you're your own boss, this, that, and the other. You're under contract, son. Something like that, I imagine, is what happened. So, PBC once again exposed because Jermall Charlo is nothing but a puppet for Al Haymon. I mean, even the stuff he says is first screened and approved by Haymon first. Unbelievable. And this is going on right the way across PBC. Just propaganda all over the place, and Uncle Al telling these puppets of his what to say and what not to say. That's the reality of PBC. From Deontay Wilder to Sean Porter to the Charlos to Errol Spence, almost all of them. There's very few PBC fighters who actually have a mouth and a mind of their own at this point. Sad stuff. But it's going to be funny seeing what the PBC fanboys say to this. The fact that Charlo came out and admitted that Eddie Hearn reached out. He weren't lying about that. All you guys accused him of lying. You see, these PBC fanboys expose themselves time and time again as being blithering idiots. They don't live in the real world. They think that Eddie Hearn has got time to just make up emails that he didn't send to Jermall Charlo. This is what they think. This is the IQ level of these people. A man as busy as Eddie Hearn, who promotes as many fighters as he does, who travels as much as he does, who puts on as many shows, who's behind the scenes doing negotiations for God knows how many fights. And you think he's got time to be making fake offers, just putting fake emails up on screen and say, oh yeah, I sent this email. You're nuts. You don't live in the real world. But they won't take heed of their massive mistake this time around and think, hang on, let me not be so quick to accuse Eddie Hearn of lying and falsifying emails. Let me not be so quick to do that next time. No. They'll go back and do the very same thing next week. They'll say, oh, Eddie Hearn's lying. He never sent this offer. He never did this. He never did that. Come on. The PBC fighters are puppets and the fanboys are idiots. That's just how it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's Haymon, I'm out.